My dad was a drafting engineer. That was his trade, his career. And I can remember, and he always traveled a lot for work. It was not uncommon for him to have different jobs in different cities and travel and be a contractor on a job for months at a time. But there was one job in particular, it was back in 2010, and it was a job with a company in Florida. And he was really excited about it. He went down for the meeting and the orientation, and 3 days later he came home. And my mom's like, what are you doing home? And he said, I failed my test. I don't know what happened. I've taken that test a million times. It was just a safety test and I failed it. And he looked my mom square in the eye and said, Lori, I'm scared. I should know those answers, and I totally and completely blanked. Several weeks later, she took him to the emergency room actually because he panicked. He came to her in the kitchen and said, I don't know Jordan's birthday. I don't know any of the kids' birthdays. I'm trying really hard right now and I don't, and I'm scaring myself. So she took him to the ER, and I think we went through a year of tests, and in 2012 we got the diagnosis that he had early onset Alzheimer's at the age of 55. The decline, I feel, was very rapid. I mean, 4 years, and he went from being a very vibrant 55-year-old guy who would run 5Ks and was always healthy to someone who walked like an 80-year-old man.
He was the foundation and the glue, and everyone had to learn how to live and do things without him.
Right now, every 4 seconds, somebody is being diagnosed worldwide with a form of dementia. The numbers are just staggering. Last year, it was estimated that 47.5 million people were living with dementia, and it's projected to rise by 2030 to 75.6 million people. Obviously, these numbers are astronomical. They cause a downward ripple of so many terrible, terrible facts for our society. Of course, the cost of dementia is also staggering. Right now, it's estimated that $604 billion with a B, dollars is being spent on dementia care. Truly, the most devastating fact, in my opinion, of dementia, having lived through it on a personal basis, is not necessarily the cost associated, which again is staggering, but it's the lost generation of wisdom. It's the loss of loved ones. It's the loss of a person that you've known your whole life who is now still physically living, but yet they're not truly living, and it's not the person that you have known your whole life and loved. Hence the formation of Clear Thoughts' two-tier fundraising initiative that we announced last year. As you may recall, our first tier is $1 million goal, which is the very minimal amount needed to bring a drug through clinical trial and to market. In addition to the Tier 1 goal, we developed a Tier 2 goal, which is up to a $50,000 annual grant to an organization on the cutting edge of dementia research. We were blessed this year to have a number of very worthy and qualified applicants, and it is with great, great honor that I announce that our award recipient for 2016 will be going to the Pittsburgh Institute for Neurodegenerative Diseases. They go by the acronym of PIND, P-I-N-D. All of us at Clear Thoughts were truly overjoyed to learn of the amazing work that they are doing here in Pittsburgh, right here in our own backyard. I always tell them they're one of the best kept secrets of Pittsburgh. Truly amazing work. How PIND works is that they work in collaborative open space. They believe that doing research on Parkinson's can benefit those perhaps with ALS, and those, of course, then with dementia as well. So all of their scientists and researchers share collaborative space.
For the future of dementia research, Alzheimer's disease, FTD, that foundations such as the Clear Thoughts Foundations are crucial, because I think these are where funds from Clear Thoughts Foundations are where the real discoveries and the novel and the innovation comes from. And then perhaps with these innovative discoveries, these researchers can then apply for more secure, more conservative funding from NIH institutes. But for the beginning, for the impetus, for the innovation, I think Clear Thoughts Foundation is extremely important in donating to Clear Thoughts. This is where the real science begins.
I would implore you to make a donation. as big as you think you possibly can to the Clear Thoughts Foundation. One of the things I love the most about this organization is that they are laser focused on specifically putting their money where their mouth is and putting money directly to research that is going to fund cutting-edge drugs. This disease does not discriminate. The misconception is that it just happens to elderly people who are at the end of their life, and that's simply not the case. It robs so many people of, happy, healthy lives. Our mission is to eradicate this horrific disease and to find a way for people to simply talk about this as though it was something that happened in the past, and to keep future generations from experiencing this type of heartache.